Welcome to the Naomi Show. Well, I'm here with John Aiken on Skype again, and the reason why is because we've had a question from one of our visitors. It's a fairly common one, actually, and I thought I'd get John's feedback on it. Now, I had a question from one of the visitors. Her name is Charisma, and she says, my question relates to online dating. I met a guy from an online website last December. He seemed great. Only problem was he lives in Canberra, I live in Sydney. Months have gone by and he has not offered to visit Sydney to see me. I have been to Canberra more than once to see him, and a couple of times he has cancelled on me even though I have already driven down there. Despite his reluctance to see me, he is always sweet and considerate when we connect over email or SMS. Now, this may seem obvious, but do I need to move on here or give him more time for the relationship to develop? And I can see you cringing, John. Yeah.
Well, I am cringing. What are your thoughts, Naomi? I'd love to hear what you think.
Well, look, you know, from an outsider's point of view, you don't want to be cynical, but seriously, it would appear that he's just leading her on. Now, I don't know why guys do that. I want you to explain that as well, because I think that's a real problem for women, because they don't realise they're being led on. Obviously, they don't. But from my point of view, as an outsider's point of view, he's just not that into her.
Yeah, that's right, and that's essentially what's happening here. And for the person that's on the receiving end of this, if you're dating someone and you don't know where you stand after a month, I'm telling you now, that is a bad sign. Because when guys are keen, they want to let you know that they are interested. They'll climb mountains. They'll do whatever it takes to make sure you know that they're into you. So if after a month you're not sure, that basically says to me that they are not particularly serious about you. Now, I know you don't want to hear that, but it is a good rule of thumb to use. If the messages are clear and you know where you stand, you move forward. If, however, you are uncertain about where you stand, then they are not interested. The problem here is, though...
Yes.
The problem is that they sprinkle a little bit of attention, or they say the nice things. They say that maybe you've got a future together, or you might have slept with them and it was amazing, mind-blowing, sex, and so you're sort of hanging on in there. But realistically, if you want someone long-term, then you need to see that their behaviours, their words, their actions are all lined up, making you a priority. So they're building you up, they're complimenting you, they're talking about the future with you. You might have met one of their friends. Also, you're starting to feel like, what we've got here in terms of our values, we're very common here. We've got some similarities. And, they don't break dates with you. They don't leave you or stand you up, make you wait like this guy's doing. They are consistently across the board making you feel number one. If that's the situation, you go forward. If it's not, then I would suggest you get out.
Yeah. I mean, they would make themselves available, wouldn't they? And they'd make an effort to catch up.
Absolutely make themselves available. And take it from me. I'm a guy. When I met, when I was trying to woo my wife, should I say, I was living in a different city. And so what I did was I flew down once a month. Any type of excuse to basically spend a weekend with her. Now, it wasn't good for my finances, but it was great for my relationship.
Yes.
And she knew straight away, like, this guy is obviously keen.
Yes.
And when he said, I'm going to ring you at 8 o'clock, I was around my phone at 8 o'clock, or I would text, or whatever it was. And so my behaviours and my words were always consistent. It never wavered. So she knew he's keen. And that's what you look out for guys early on in the piece.
Yeah.
Their words, their actions.
Just to recap on this, just to make it really clear, what women get stuck on in this situation is the fact that the guy has said all these nice things, said all the right things. His actions haven't lined up with that, but he's said all these lovely things and he's been wonderful on the email and nice on the SMS, as she's saying. But you would say it's absolutely not enough. Is that right?
That's right. The words aren't enough. You need actions. And check in with how you feel. If his actions are positive and making you feel number one, then you are going to have emotions that are excitement, hope, You're going to feel secure. When someone says, what's going on with this guy, you're going to say, we're dating and I think he could be the one. You're going to be very secure about it all.
Yeah.
Right now, you're totally insecure. You don't know where you stand and you're not sure whether you have a chance with this guy or not. So look at their actions first and foremost. Are they walking the walk? And secondly, look at how you feel. Are you secure? Do you feel like there's a future here? If you're getting any type of mixed messages, get the hell out of there, because it's a bad sign.
One other thing to wrap this up. Women may also be a little confused, but he's saying all these nice things, but why would he just say the nice things and not actually mean them? You know, why do guys string girls along like this? Just so girls know, if a guy's stringing you along, it's still not good enough. He's saying the right thing, it's still not good enough if his actions don't match up with what he's saying. But why do guys do it? Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of things there, Naomi. The first one that comes to mind is that sex could be well and truly at the forefront of the guy's mind.
Sex. In this case, they're not getting sex because she's in
No, that's right.
in Canberra.
I think they might have slept together. I'm not sure at the moment. But sex is a big driver. You know, sprinkling a bit of attention, coming up with some nice compliments and talking about the chance of something maybe in the future, and then you sleep with them, essentially they'll enjoy that intimacy that you're giving them. So that could be a driver for them. Companionship, you know, you might be fun to be around, is another thing. You know, you could actually get on reasonably well, and when you are together, you have good times. But ultimately, I think guys, when they're sending out mixed messages, they're doing it so that they get someone who is available to them, who kind of puts them a little bit on a pedestal, who they can call on any time, maybe for a little booty call, and that they feel wanted and desired, which is all very nice for them. But for the poor person who's getting led on and that they're giving mixed messages to, it just totally does your head in.
Oh, yeah, because the woman's putting her life on hold. I mean, that's what girls have a tendency to do.
And so, you know, you want a guy to commit, take the sex out of it, be upfront and say, this is what I'm wanting. Can you do this, yes or no? And what you'll find is someone like that's in this situation now, they'll run a mile because they're wanting you to sort of be a satellite girlfriend, if you like, someone that they can call on every now and then, someone who makes them feel desired and wanted, but someone who they don't have to commit to.
Yes.
Don't put up with it. If you've got mixed messages, get rid of them. Or if you're not prepared to leave them, confront them and tie them down and get them to commit if you can.
It's that tough love again from John Aiken.
Well, you know, you can keep relationships nice and simple by looking at things in terms of how are they behaving towards me, what are their actions, and how do they make me feel. You want to basically know exactly where you stand most of the time, all of the time. Try and make it as simple as you can. If you like them, then you show that. If they like you, then you expect to see that. Anything else, and you've got problems. Okay.
John, thank you so much for that. I reckon that makes it real clear.
Look forward to speaking again, Naomi.
Yes, thanks, John. See ya.
Bye.
Your love life, let's talk about it at naomishow.com.